Hello, Martin here. I will add now Tarmo. Just a sec. Okay, Tarmo is added. Tarmo, can you hear me? Can I speak a little bit? Hello. Okay, then welcome everyone. Let's start tonight. We have today the discussion topic is Web3 and the generative AI versus predictive AI on the blockchain. And we look especially where is the higher potential? Where can we have competitive advantages? Now, let's start with the introductions, and after the introductions, then we dive in. So we reduce the discussion time on 60 minutes. Usually we have a little overrun, but let's try today that maybe we manage 60 minutes only. And by the way, let's add this as well. We have the sessions every second Saturday, and every other Saturday we have the AMAs on our Telegram. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with introductions. Tarmo, would you like to introduce yourself first, and then me?
My name is Tarmo. I am a distinguished architect. I'm ex-chief architect of largest Swiss banking platform. In addition, 11 years vice president in Credit Suisse. I did do my PhD in Max Planck Institute in Germany by Nobel Prize winner. 4 master degrees, 1 PhD. Martin, back to you.
Oh, and myself, I spent 10 years in Credit Suisse before as a VP. Then all these 10 years, vice president. It was in Zurich. Before this, I launched actually pretty many products, and there were 4 successful ones, and more than 250k user bases. And after Credit Suisse, Tarmo and myself, we created first Smart Credit. It's a borrow lend platform, fixed term, fixed interest. So we are top 20 borrow lend on the Ethereum. So going pretty good. And we created as well a Chainaware. That's it's a product. It's a project which is focusing on AI on the blockchain. It has several products running already, which are using the AI. So okay, one of them is a fraud detection. The other is a rug pull detection. Third one is then one-to-one marketing via intention prediction, intention of the users, and there are more coming. So step by step. So that means what I want to say, we have been pretty long in a Web3. Now, actually, we have been even pretty long in a blockchain, very long time. But in a Web3, we have been a very long time too. And we started to deploy the AI products before all this big ChatGPT wave started. You know, it was kind of 1 year and a little bit more ago. So we started to deploy actually Chainaware. We called it earlier with another name, but now we call it a Chainaware. It was already before deployed. And so we have quite some background in AI. And we discussed today with Tarmo that let's speak about predictive AI on blockchain and versus generative AI. So because we are in the Web3, we are on the blockchain, and there's a question of predictive AI versus generative AI. Okay, Tarmo, let's dive in. So, okay, let me ask this question: like, if you would describe generative AI, just for the listeners, that we try to formulate from our point of view, because we are usually connecting the points. We are not repeating what the others are saying. We are just connecting the things. How would you describe generative AI, Tarmo?
Maybe first, generative AI, it is currently, there is too much misunderstanding. It is thought that it is an intelligence. Generative AI is not really an intelligence. Generative AI is like subconscious. For example, people have level 1 and level 2 thinking. In level 1 thinking, you are in a kind of zombie mode, and you just speak what is programmed in your subconsciousness. In level 2 thinking, you use your cortex, you analyze different options, you evaluate different options, you go through trees, graphs, however you do thinking, and you come to conclusions. This is level 2 thinking. Current large language models or generative AI is level 1 thinking. It's just like subconscious. It is programmed that it just answers like this. It's the same like you have programmed a child. If she sees green, she will raise her right hand. This is what is generative AI. It's a kind of pre-programmed model. And if you ask why generative AI or large LLM answers you a certain question, how he answers, he can't reply. So something that we call a kind of self-reflection, or I answer, but why did I answer what I answered? I can't explain it. And this is current maybe misunderstanding of large language models. It is just a huge dictionary which tells if this is the word before, then next word comes, and after that you have probability such word. Or Martin, what's your understanding?
Exactly. Let's think on this way how the generative AI, which is an LLM, which is a large language model. So let's keep this always in our mind. Generative AI, they are based on the LLMs. Now, how the LLMs are trained? Okay, like if you are the AI, we have always to train the model. So that is the input data for these LLMs. Now the input data for the LLMs in a generative AI is all publicly available data. So that means if you have written anything, I don't know, can I get it now the Twitter, but in a blogs and in other like a freely indexable text, all this data is feeded, or it was feeded. I don't know exactly till which year and which date it was feeded into the training models now. And practically now we trained this generative AI with all these interesting texts and inputs and data which was publicly available. Okay, that was the first step. Now the model is there. The second step, now the query is submitted into the generative AI. Okay, what is now the generative AI model doing it? He's looking statistically based on this huge data set, like that all the world population has created. Now, I don't know exactly which data sets were used to train the generative AI, but he's looking now statistically based on all of this public available data. If you ask this question, then probably the next words, which you should send out without thinking, the next words that you send out should be this and that and that and that. So,
yeah, it's like subconscious answer to something. You see word red and you answer green. And this is the way how a large language models LLMs work. And where we have misunderstanding, we think that is intelligence. It is not an intelligence. It is statistics. It is
statistically probable answer to this question that you ask based on the training data which was submitted into this generative model during the training time.
Yes, and you see it very well if you increase parameter size. You have a parameter size in your neuronal network in LLM, and if you increase your training data set, you get better results. And the bigger the model is, the more it can predict which word would be the best next word. And but this is not intelligence. Intelligence is when you reflect. You say a sentence, you reflect it. You say the sentence better, you reflect it. Or you write something, first iteration, you reflect it. You make a second iteration, you reflect it. You make a third iteration. This is how intelligence works. What we see in generative AI is just a kind of statistically probable answer. What is the next word based on a publicly available data what we have everywhere in internet? And we make then kind of conclusion, it is intelligence. No, it is not intelligence. It is just statistics. And this is misconception now in generative AI. We think it's a word changing technology. No, it is not word changing technology. It is prediction
it's a
of
search
a next.
engine. So there was a Google search engine when you entered the query and it gives you the documents where it's listed. But now it's a search engine where it says you which are the next words for this query. So if you enter now this query,
Yes,
what are the next
yes.
words which should come out from the search engine?
It's the Google search 2.0. We can say improved Google search. It has crawled through all public data. It has all public data and internet, and it can just predict the next word. And but it is not intelligence. Intelligence is that if you have a question, you answer. These are real alternatives. You evaluate the alternatives. You reflect alternatives.
You reflect. You know
and
why you answered this question this way.
Yes, and you reflect exactly, and you reflect why I answer it in a way as I answer, and you reflect what is then feedback. This is where we have intelligence. And in generative AI, we just have statistics from this huge data set we have published in around 6 billion websites. Yeah.
Now, of course, maybe some AI so-called experts, they will disagree with us. We say always, we are happy to discuss with anyone. Come and join with our Twitter spaces. Let's have a discussion, like facts first, and let's discuss. Yeah.
Yeah, Martin, and important point is by generative AI is now the data. The data is public. We take public data, we build a proprietary statistical model which predicts the next word, and now is the question: where is kind of competitive advantage in generative AI? What is my competitive advantage? So everybody has access to crawled internet public sites. He can train his LLMs if he has compute power. But where is my competitive advantage? And we see it. We have closed source models. We have open source models. They are more and more converging to kind of same results. And we see that what LLMs, proprietary LLMs achieve, open source models come and do the same. They use the same training data and they land approximately on the same results. And this is now very important. If you ask where is the competitive advantage in generative AI, the answer is, actually they are using the same training data. They come to the same results.
But, yeah, and let's think as well now. The generative. Okay, we have open source models in a generative AI, and there's commercial models in a generative AI. Now, if you are using these generative AI models, let's say you are building, because we are on a blockchain topic. Okay, let's get a little bit back to blockchain as well. If you are now doing some blockchain project with a generative AI, that you use the generative AI, you are using someone else's AI model. Someone else used the compute power to train this with the training data which they gathered somewhere, and someone else did the training. And this someone else will get the benefit. You pay him. You pay him for querying. So, and you benefit. This is okay. Probably you have to market, but we will look on this a little bit later. So. But
Okay,
yes,
Martin.
the question. Let's go, because no, let's compare it with the predictive AI. So because the topic today, generative AI versus predictive AI on blockchain. On Web3, on blockchain. So where's higher potential? Let's look now. What is predictive AI? So what's the difference? Tarmo, would you like to start?
Predictive AI is I build my own model. It is very domain specific, and these are really you make a exact prediction again. What will happen if your input is following? What will be the output? If, for example, I have following trading signals, the market will develop like this. Or if I have following history of an address transactions, it is a fraud address. Or if I see following behavior in an address, the contract created by this address is rug pull or not. I predict what will happen. And this is actionable results, and we can say probability. probability 99% or 97% or exact percentage, the result is correct. It is domain specific, and it is something where we can say following probability of false positives, false negatives, true positives, true negatives. And this is predictive AI. It gives you actionable results. I can say based on following input, this is the output.
And the predictive AI means as well that you have to train your own domain-specific models with your own training data. So it implies always that you create your own models. Now, there are many who are using then generative AI, and very often people are just saying AI, like they are not now separating, because we have to separate multiple levels. Okay, first separation, is it generative AI or is it predictive AI? Now, the second dimension that we have to look, are you using someone else's AI model, or do you have your own AI model? So
are you using a model, or are you creating a model? Yeah.
Are you creating a model? And in generative AI, because the data power to compute this stuff is a little bit, let's say, pretty high scale. In generative AI, people are using someone else's model. So people are using someone else's model. What we spoke before, it means that they are using someone else. And then the question is, what is the competitive advantage if everyone, let's say, all famous blockchain products are using the same generative AI model? So where is the competitive advantage then? The answer is there is none. And the profit are going into the producer of the generative AI model.
Yeah, and this is very important, but I want to emphasize it. Who gets the profit from generative AI? And these are not companies who use generative AI. These are companies who offer generative AI. This is OpenAI, this is Google with Gemini. These are companies who get the profit. Profit is not by companies who use it. Profit is by companies who have built the models. And the same is in Predictive API. Profit remains by companies who build the model. If you build a model, you get a competitive advantage. And you can make profit only if you have something but your competition don't have. For example, a model which has better prediction power. Or
let's look, for example, on the chain-aware. Like, let's list there the chain-aware models that we have. Oh, okay, I can do it. So we have a fraud detection model. We built a fraud detection model, and we trade it, and it has a 98% prediction power based only on the address. You enter only the address, and it's a real-time processing. Okay, of course, if you have some very big addresses, maybe it takes some seconds extra. But generally, it's real time, like within half a second or 1 second, you get a 98% prediction accuracy, 98%. So, okay, this is like one very high competitive advantage. Now, the second that we have in a chain aware, that's a predictive model as well, a rug pull. Now, let's explain a little bit the rug pull, like, okay, maybe most of users are not so much impacted on this, but if you're a trader, and especially if you're a trader in a very early tokens, like early in, early out, like in this way, there are very many rug pulls, very many. If you look at the pancake, the numbers are horrific. So, and what is now interesting, how AI can predict where the rug pull happens, of course, before it happens, not after the fact. That's all the idea. These models are predicting events before the fact, not after the fact. Otherwise, it's just a forensic statistics. Now, then we have intention models, because if you're looking at fraud detection or rug pull detection, this is just one behavior that we have on the addresses of the user. The next is the intentions. What are the user's intentions? What are the user's next actions? So, and these are all built as a proprietary models, like a proprietary training data, proprietary models, and this is, let's say, intellectual property. Now, and if you are now going to the blockchain, let's look again. There are companies which are using generative AI, but the models, who controls the models? These guys, they get the profit.
Who controls the models gets the profit. So actually, all this bubble of generative AI is a huge marketing campaign for companies like Microsoft or OpenAI or Google, they get all these millions of users who pay for API calls. And this is the business model. You have to understand what is the business model, how you generate money. And generative AI generates money currently for providers of these models.
Oh, and okay, let's add a little like a sidetrack exception as well. And then there are some smart companies which are using generative AI and creating their own products on top of this. Let's say some personalized chatbots or website generation or whatever, like LinkedIn. You message the people based on the LinkedIn profile that they have, so that they feel good, like feel good messages in a LinkedIn. Okay, they are like companies which are implementing specific use cases, and then they are selling these use cases as a services. Now they will earn little money. Okay, that's like the Microsoft and OpenAI, they tolerate these little companies because that's part of their marketing game. So on the end, the big boys, the guys who created the models, they get the profit. They have competitive advantage that the others don't have. Then there are like a certain number of companies which are then creating the use cases on top. Okay, if they are market advantage, they are creating as well like a little profits, but probably, but they don't have any competitive advantage. They're just
Yes,
using someone else's AI.
and then you push a narrative that using generative AI, you can build companies where you have one employee and the value of a company is 1 billion. This is how you then build up a narrative that, use generative AI. But if you use generative AI, you don't have competitive advantage. Everybody can copy it.
Everything copy.
And the money remains by cash flow remains by those who provide you these tools. Those who have models get the cash flow. And what we see here is a kind of globally orchestrated campaign about technology where the cash flow lands by 3, 4, 5 companies.
Big players, yes.
Yeah.
And let me make here a parallel. I just got on like a connection to the Ethereum and the DeFi. If you look on the DeFi, let's take the lending products, because our other second product is a borrow lend product. If you take top 25, like Ethereum protocols, there are actually 5 of them have their own source code. Now 20 of them have copy pasted someone else's source code. It was Compound who got copied. Everyone copied Compound. Aave copied Compound. Others copied Compound. Everyone copied Compound. Okay, we have our own source code, and there are 3 more companies which have their own source code. So 5 have their own source code. But now let's think this. It's very similar now to this generative AI bubble and marketing bubble. Now, the projects just copied someone else's source code. They created a huge marketing campaign, huge push marketing campaign. Okay, made some little money, and then they probably disappeared because the idea was not to create anything sustainable, nothing long term, just up and down. Now, who profited? Who profited from this model? One word: Ethereum. Ethereum transactions. That's what profited. That means by creating this kind of model, like let's call it a market structure, what we had in a DeFi. And all the source code is free. Everyone can copy it, and everyone can shield the token. Token is going up. TVL is going up. TVL is going down. Token is going down. How many deja vus? How many times we have seen it? So, like the innovation went to shilling innovation. So, like how to shield this new product now better. Let's add some new color, or let's go another geographical segment on a language segment. Okay, this was the innovation, but there was no technology innovation. But why did it happen? Because Ethereum was so happy about this. Ethereum got the transactions. So with every shilling new project, they got the transactions. Now let's get back to the generative AI.
Platform gets cash flow, and generative AI is the same. Those who offer the platform gets the cash flow. It's not users that's an or okay, users get it. No, it's not users. It's maybe investors who do pump and dump schemas. They get maybe profit from it.
Okay, but we are not going to these VCs. Like we can tell too many stories about how these VC pump and dump narratives are working, but we do this some other day. So okay, today we are not going on this topic. But back to this generative AI. Oh, Tarmo, yeah, let's have some other session on this. How the VCs are making money. So we say hello to all VCs.
Okay, but just to emphasize, generative AI is always ask a question or follow the money and ask who earns from this technology. And if you see it, then you understand what is going on. And this brings us back to predictive AI. But what Martin was talking, for example, Chainaware, where we have domain-specific models. And the same as by LLMs, the Microsoft, OpenAI, and Google have huge cash flow engines. The same are just your proprietary models, which are predictive models, cash flow engines. They are competitive advantage. To build a model, we have spoken about it, Martin, in other
in the previous Twitter spaces, yes.
It is long and big investment and takes you really often hundreds of iterations and lot of optimization. And if you have this model to get it real time, it's even more work to get it from a kind of research-based model over to a real-time applicable model. We have spoken about it a lot.
And then after real-time to get it scalable. So
yeah, to get it scalable, right? And then you have a model that others don't have it. Then you have competitive advantage. And if you have such a model, you are the same like these big platforms. You generate cash flow.
Yeah, and you have some intellectual property, which
cash flow is generated by guys who have models. And in what we talk about predictive AI, it's all already available. And if we now take blockchain, it's then blockchain. When we take now Ethereum, Polygon, Ton, we have together like 7 billion transactions, and it is huge amount of data. And you can use this data to train your models, your proprietary models, and then generate the cash flow. But how is now AI used in blockchain industry, Martin? Maybe can you keep?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We just spoke a little bit generative AI, predictive AI, and as well as side tracks, side topics of this one. Just to visualize this, because if you use the word AI like that, there's always a question that's behind this. Now, let's speak now of the generative AI, because the topic today is generative AI versus predictive AI on blockchain, on Web3. Let's iterate now over this. Let's say there's a generative. Okay, there's a CoinGecko, and the CoinGecko there's this so-called artificial intelligence projects. By the way, we are as well on this list on the somewhere very very bottom. Okay, we have real products. So, but let's think now. If you look on this CoinGecko AI list, so what kind of generative, and most of these AIs, they are generative AIs. So what are these generative AI use cases on the blockchain? Tarmo, what do you think? What could we imagine now?
Oh, I have trouble identifying what this CoinGecko AI list is. What are these companies actually doing? I have a real trouble, Martin. Maybe you can summarize it.
Okay. Yes. So, for example, there is a generative projects which are generating NFTs, but again, they are using then someone else models, and someone else is getting a cash flow. Okay, they can have a margin on top of this. Like now, you can generate some cool videos with
you can generate NFT images. You can generate NFT videos. But tell me, what is your competitive advantage? You don't have. Everybody can use generative AI just to generate the same images or videos. It's fully copy paste.
It's a copy paste plus the happy party is now, okay, the investors are unhappy parties there, but the happy party is now the model provider. He gets yet another use case on top of this. Someone is trying to generate now the NFT images or NFT videos or some other kind of stuff generating. And of course, now is the question, what is the relation of these NFT videos with the blockchain, or what is the relation of these NFT images with the blockchain? And let's be honest and frank, we don't see any relation there, except that they are putting this word on the website, but there is no inherent connection there. No inherent connection, yeah.
Yes, and what you see is people think, oh, it's generative AI and it is blockchain, but there is no connection. This and there is it is fully copy paste, and it is actually it's misleading of investors.
No, it's a misleading. No, generative AI is trained with publicly available linguistical data in multiple languages. Now, blockchain, there are bits and bytes. It's not used to train generative AI. So generative AI is like they have no relation to this data. That is huge data amounts, huge transaction amounts, which are in the blockchain. Zero, nada, doesn't exist. Okay, but let's think more on this LLM, like a generative AI blockchains. I mean, one very interesting blockchain, one very interesting use case, of course, very high market cap. I forgot the project name. That tell it. Yeah. They're generating source code. They're now generating smart contracts with AI. So you can add your own flavor on a smart contract. Okay, it's like a token contract. You can generate your own token contract now with an AI. We are like, wow. Again, what is the competitive advantage here? Who is getting the profit? Like the profit is going to the AI model creator. And the second, what's the relation to the blockchain? That you generate now some source code that everyone else can do with the same APIs. Everyone else can do it. Is there any competitive advantage? Probably no, we don't know it. And now to generate like a token code with an AI, I would say like a token code is a pretty standard code. You just copy paste them. So
why do you need generative AI to generate ERC20 tokens? No, you don't need it, Martin. It's like it's standardized library. Just use it. And we have companies with multi-million market value to do.
Then we looked at there is actually not one company. There are many companies which offer chatbots, which are then they generate for you a chatbot. For example, they generate for you a chatbot that you can place in a Telegram or the Discord, and then you can ask questions from this chatbot. Hey, genius. Oh, sorry. But again, what is the intellectual property here? Like intellectual property is by the LLM, by the OpenAI is the intellectual property. This is just some use case which is generating one little traffic on this, and what everyone else can copy paste very easily. There's no competitive advantage. Like to do the chatbots. And again, what is a chatbot relation to the blockchain? Like in which way is a chatbot related to blockchain? Is he like speaking with other addresses, but these are transactions, or is he speaking with other contracts? No, it's like a human interaction chatbots where you can ask questions. What is the value of Bitcoin today? I don't know. It like I have to connect it this data now, or like why the world is round, or why the sky is blue. Okay, you can ask this kind of questions. So it's chatbot. Now, then of course, then maybe one. Okay. Just a little joke if I'm so thinking. So actually you can generate very fast a troll factory, for example. And then you can generate like let's say 10,000 troll chatbots, and use these trolls then for whatever, for the marketing or whatever, just for the fun. But again, that's a competitive advantage. Where is the intellectual property? Intellectual property is by the model provider. These troll factory creators are just using someone else's model to generate their stuff. This could be one. Actually, I found one very interesting use case there. It was yesterday when I browsed the CoinGecko AI list. It was a digital twins. Now I don't want to create now too many analogies to any projects there. creating digital twins, and this is actually creating a chatbot for you. And so it creates a chatbot for you. Probably you can train it with your own text and so on. But again, like, what is the competitive advantage? What is intellectual property? Anyone can can create a little ChatGPT and train it with a certain amount of a text and so on. Thousands of tools are available. So thousands of tools. So this digital twins, digital chatbot. So you can generate now the chatbot illustration. You can generate a little NFT for this. But what is the relation to the blockchain?
So there is no relation to the blockchain, and this is now if you have a look on CoinGecko list, it's full of NFT image generators, it's full of NFT video generations, or they generate chatbots, or they generate source code, or they help to generate digital twin. But what is the relation of blockchain? And their only relation to blockchain is that they list their token as ERC20 token in CoinGecko and use it for investors who think, oh, it is a blockchain AI company.
No, they're just using the models of OpenAI to take from the data field. I mean, it's like for the student 2 days of work or 2 hours of work, a little website around. You just take a data and you generate with OpenAI a little bit. And because people don't know what's behind, and that's why I'm speaking today about this generative AI versus predictive AI, because people don't know. So
people don't know that generative AI is a marketing campaign, Martin.
It's a marketing campaign in the same way as in the DeFi, we had all these copy pastes. Like a famous DeFi source code has to be open source and free so that everyone can copy it. You have intellectual property and give it away for free. But the end beneficiary has, of course, the Ethereum Foundation. So, okay, that's another story. So, because it's the question of the market structure, like follow the money. Where is the cash flow going? Who benefits on the end? So, and but let's stay now on generative AI. So, like in a China where we have like a fraud detection models, we built them, we trained them, iteratively. We have a models for the rug pull detection. We trained them.
Martin, can you explain also maybe what is a rug pull? Maybe audience don't know.
Okay. Now, if you're Uniswap users, maybe on Uniswap we have it a little bit less. But if you're like a PancakeSwap user on the Binance, and what happens that there are like some shillers, they're shilling some project, like they add you into some groups, they are shilling, there are some troll fabrics who are shilling you, okay, some are automated, some are human-based, these troll fabrics, and they're shilling it, they're pumping up some code, so artificially some token is pumped up, and then people are looking, oh my god, fear of missing out. Now let's jump into this pool. Let's buy these tokens. I want to get rich. I want to make 10x, 100x, 1000x. I want to be whatever, next Vitalik Buterin. They jump in. The next one jump in. The token like a skyrockets. And the guys who created this token, they just take out all liquidity, or they just buy out all the tokens. They sell all the tokens. They just inflate tokens to the unlimited. They sell all tokens, meaning they take out either they take out liquidity of the pool directly, or they take out liquidity via massive sale of the tokens. Now, the result of this is all these guys who had FOMO, fear of missing out, who wanted to be next Vitalik Buterins, they lost not like a half or 30%. No, they lost everything. Everything. But this is like a full industry. This is like a full industry, how the people are kept into this, they are like manipulated with these troll fabrics, and okay, some are automated, some are human-based. They're like a full manipulated. It's like a science how they are manipulated into these pools, especially on the Pancake. And you can make on Pancake, you can make this experiment yourself. You can go on the Pancake swap. It's called the Contract Factory version 2. Okay, on Etherscan you can find it. And you look on the internal transactions, and then you see like all the pools. Like, okay, pool is like where you can then buy and sell like new tokens, or as well old tokens. And try to realize effective lifetime of these pools, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. So it's created somewhere, and then the campaign is starting, the price is pushed up, people start to buy, FOMO, like everyone's speaking about this rug pull. Boom. And rug pull is done like kind of in a moment when there's like a fear moments, or like when there's a reality checks, when people start to ask like, who are the devs, like, what have they developed before, is there any track record, when these rational questions are coming. But it takes time till the people, when they are in the FOMO, get the rational questions. And yeah, that's a rug pull. And it's like an industry of rug pulls.
And maybe to say in a numbers, it is not that it is maybe 10 rug pulls per year, or 100 rug pulls, or thousands, or 10,000s. It's almost
100,000.
It's around 100,000 plus rug pulls per year, and you can imagine how many newbie blockchain users are buried in rug pulls. And what you can do with Gen AI is identify which pools. What you can do with Chain Aware is identify pools which will do rug pull. Yeah.
Yeah, so practically because of fraud detection, we have it for the regular addresses. So do I want to interact with this guy? He has a good address, or he has a bad address, and it's just a tool. You, the human, you will decide: do you want to interact or not? But this tool will do a lot of calculations, a lot of AI calculations behind. You make the decision, he gives a prediction. Now the rug pull is the same. You make a decision, the tool is giving you a prediction. So. And okay, there's a dedicated AI model behind. So, and it's not now that this some OpenAI or LLM producer is getting the profits out of this. No, it's a chain of property, chain of intellectual property on these models. So, then okay, but just let's speak now about generative AI. Like we found one AI project which is trying to, from CoinGecko, of course, with of course a high market cap, which is trying to use a generative AI for the fraud detection. I'm laughing already now. How can they use now the LLM to do the fraud detection on the blockchain? Like LLM,
it is trained with data which is probably 2 years old, and there is no reference to reality is the first point, and second, you can't train it generative AI for fraud detection or for rug pull. And if you go over to favors of everybody is to do who's doing trading to make price predictions, you can't even use generative AI to do price predictions.
Because you have to create the model and you have to train the data. You model with the related relevant data. But if the models are trained with publicly available linguistic data, how do you want to use generative AI for fraud detection? How do you want to use Gen AI for the rug pull detection or price predictions? Very simple, you cannot do it. But if you're looking at the CoinGecko, it's full of CoinGecko AI list, artificial intelligence. And there are very, very interesting this kind of projects with a very high market values. Yeah, of course, very high market values. Yeah. Okay, but let's jump now to this topic. Okay, we spoke about the generative AI use cases on blockchain. So as you see, we are slightly ironical, but we are not just ironical. We are telling the truth because we are laughing just about this. Because we cannot grasp it. How is it possible that people want to do generative AI with the blockchain, and there's so many projects who are selling this to the people, and people are buying it? Okay, now let's go to predictive AI. What are the use cases now for the predictive AI on the blockchain? Tarmo, would you like just?
We started like fraud detection. What Chain Aware is offering, you know, in DeFi there is a hacker's fee annually around 2-3% of TVL, of total value locked, and without fraud detection as a user, not as an investor, as a user, you are dumb. Second is rug pull. When you are now investor into pools, you don't use rug pull. It's like Russian roulette. Will I be rug pulled or not? If you use Chain Aware technology, there is a probability so and so much that I will have rug pull, and you can make decision. Will I play Russian roulette, or will I go to casino, or what I will do? you have it's an answer, will I invest or not? And if you want to play Russian roulette, have fun, invest, and see how your funds disappear.
And it's not partial disappearing, it's fully disappearing. Rug means if you invest on this token, it's nothing, zero, nada, it's all gone.
Yes, gone. You have coins which have no value, zero value, and you can collect them if you want. There are hundreds of thousands such tokens now in the world. And next is calculate intentions. And Martin, when I was chief architect of the largest Swiss banking platform, what I learned is that based on a really small set of transactions, what customer has done, maybe 10, 15, you can predict his intentions, what he wants, what the customer really wants. Does he want to do play Russian roulette in blockchain, or is he NFT type, or is she DeFi lending, or whatever she does want to do? You can just take transactions and you can say what are real intentions of a user, and you can say it better than customer himself or herself knows it. You can calculate intentions, what the customer wants. We have spoken about in other discussions.
Oh, but let's say even like a chain aware, like a fraud detection is free to use, rug pull detection, we keep it as well as free to use. Okay, if you see that the load on our server is going too high because we had to pay for the service as well, maybe we put some little fee on this. And the intentions, like for example, go to chain aware, enter vitalik.eth, and you see his intentions, his next actions, probably what he will do. So that's the intentions. It's a predictive model. What will this address, or the person behind this address, do as the next? And what Tarmo just said, because if you're dealing with the financial data, the prediction power for financial data is enormous, it's huge. Why? Because if money involved, like, okay, we have done so many Twitter spaces already, there are 5 Twitter spaces, just to say, if you look on the Google, like how Google is calculating the intentions, Web2 marketing is based on the intentions. No, but Web2 marketing is the intentions are calculated based on your search history. But search history is so easy to be influenced. You see some new data somewhere, this triggers the search, and it doesn't tell about your real actions. The one thing is that you research, something is what you do. So what you say, what you think, what you do. Okay, so the blockchain is what you do. So. And additionally, but that's why we like Ethereum. Okay, we described a little the Ethereum business model here, but we like the Ethereum because there's a gas fee, and gas fee is a proof of work. And this means cost involved. And this cost involved means people are doing on the Ethereum really what they want to do, not the other things. So, meaning the predictive power of Ethereum data is huge on the intentions. And this is then for one-to-one marketing. I mean, much better than the Google search history, much better than your browsing history. Browsing history you can manipulate as well very easily. Let's show the users as well some little ads, and he's browsing already something different. No, but your blockchain data.
Okay. Yeah, and since there is next of course short-term trading or low latency trading, all these companies who are in Zug in Switzerland, around Bitfinex compute center in Zug, everybody trying to get direct line into Bitfinex network, and just to have it very, very short term trading and using huge compute power to predict tick up or tick down. Yes, it's working. Short-term trading is working. We have seen it also in Credit Suisse. Using Credit Suisse was one of the largest dark pools providers in the world.
And I forgot to mention, before Credit Suisse, I worked for the biggest independent hedge fund, which had exactly the short-term trading strategies, and I think that they were the biggest independent hedge fund, Man Investments. It was excellent time. So the short-term trading, it works. So
it works, but you just need very, very big. You have to be very fast, and to be very fast, you need a direct line, 2 meters from Bitfinex compute center servers, and then so the guy who has the shortest Ethernet connection line, this guy wins. This is short-term trading. And the other is you can go over into longer term or medium term trading. It works also. You just have to be very strong in data science to build these models, to backtest these models. It is in data science terms, it's more complicated than short-term trading. You have to be really expert in machine learning, in statistics, in mathematics, to play medium-term and long-term trading with artificial intelligence or machine learning, using predictive AI to predict prices for ERC20 tokens or Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana and all such stuff. Yeah, it's working also, but then you have your proprietary model. And you need a lot of know-how to build up this model, and it's not like, hey, I do long-term trading or medium-term trading with OpenAI. Sorry, guys, if somebody tells you something like this, just don't waste your time to do something different.
Yeah, but what people should ask, if someone is speaking about the AI, the first question is, do you have your own model or do you use someone else's model? First question. The second question, with which data did you train your model? Okay, of course, if he has the model. Now, if he says the first question, no, I'm just using, OpenAI and I'm generating NFTs and nice videos and cats pictures or I'm generating, source code like a token contracts with an AI. You can copy paste them instead, with any AI there. Then you know it. So, and that's the predictive AI. Predictive AI, okay, topic, predictive AI, blockchain, generative AI, blockchain. Now, where is the competitive advantage? Like, okay, and we see it very simple. It's not in generative AI. So it's in a predictive AI. And predictive AI implies you have to create your own model. You have to train your own model. You have to train it iteratively. You have to deploy it. You have to get it probably real time. You have to make it scalable. So there's a full stack of tasks to be done to get this thing running. And that's the intellectual property of these companies now. But okay, we spoke before that the generative AI is very much the marketing model of these big 4 or 5 companies who are running this, who are creating these LLM models behind. And yeah, it looks like a lot of these projects in the CoinGecko list are supporting this marketing model. So of course, the token holders and token buyers didn't know it. But yeah, that's it. Oh, and by the way, now before this meeting, I remembered it, and I searched a little bit in my old data, and actually it was when it was nearly 11 months ago. We launched our fraud detection 14 months ago as a separated product, and 11 months ago we did an analysis of the CoinGecko AI list. Now, at that time we are at position 40 by the market cap in the CoinGecko AI list. I think at the current moment, because we have real AI products, we have a position in the AI list like 115 or 120. Anyhow, so we did an analysis of these AI projects, of the 40 AI projects on the CoinGecko, and I just looked it up. So practically we analyzed 40 projects. Okay, 41 projects. We looked like, do they have, what is the relation to the AI? So like, like as well, do they have any running product, not just, a simple website? So from 41 projects in the CoinGecko AI list 11 months ago, okay, now there are much more there. 11 months ago, 28 had some product. 28 from 41. Now, but let's take the next one. Now, from this 28, 15 had some products. Okay, that means from 41, 15 had AI products, which are somehow related to the AI. But now, if you are looking on this AI, then we found that you see, okay, there were 6 of them which were doing media generation, like NFT images, video images, yet another things like a generative. So we just spoke about this. You don't need a blockchain for this. They did as well as some little pattern recognition, like you can recognize the policeman on the street. Very highly valuable use case, but what is the relation to blockchain here? So, And de facto, we saw only 6 or 41 which had real AI products which were related to the blockchain. 4 of them were trading signals. 1 of them was a fraud detection, okay, that's us. And 1 was asset management. Asset management, like let's call it the longer term trading, rebalancing, or AI driven signals for the rebalancing. 6. So from 41, 6 had a real AI products. And this was 11 months ago. 11 months ago. Now, in the meantime, this list has been growing massively. Let's say 3 times, I think. And we have moved from the position 40 in this list to the position now 115 or 120, probably because we have real AI products. And but I think the ratios are still the same. So when it was 11 months ago, from 41, 6 had real AI products now. And so now I think, let's say from 120, then let's multiply with 3, then maybe 18 have real AI products. That means if people are speaking now about generative AI and predictive AI, like, and if you look on this CoinGecko AI list, okay, we always refer to CoinGecko because we love CoinGecko, we like it. We love less, we don't so much the CMC, but that's another story. Okay, I remember long time ago, the CMC was asking for the money, and so like everyone could give them a little tip and a jar tip, and so, and now they are so big and they're so famous that they're forgetting very many things. Okay, but let's get to CoinGecko. That means from this 120, which are before us, 18. Let's say 18, 20 have probably real AI products, meaning models. They have real AI models. That is strong.
And
now, what we looked at.
What those others have, they have nothing. And this is now the tragedy that the market moves into a kind of generative AI plus blockchain, but there is nothing which combines generative AI and blockchain. There is no real business case, no competitive advantage. The only business case is marketing campaign of generative AI companies like OpenAI, like Microsoft, like Google. These companies make money. It is not the investors who participate in pumpy-dumpy ERC20 tokens. When they recognize that these companies in so-called AI companies in CoinGecko list will never have a product which works or will never have a competitive advantage, probably they're going to sell it very fast. Just dump it, get it out fast. Yeah. And this is the current tragedy, that industry is led like into a direction which is not working. What works is if you could manage to turn the industry towards predictive models where you have capability to build up competitive advantage. When you have competitive advantage, you can make profits. You don't have competitive advantage, your return is equal to risk-free rate. It's almost no rate. Yeah, you want to have competitive advantage.
You need to have competitive advantage. With generative AI, you don't have. Someone else has competitive advantage. That's the model creator. Maybe you create like this little use case on top of this Gen AI. Like, okay, like we said before, I generate my cool website. I'm sending LinkedIn personalized messages that the receivers then read it. And wow, he really spent time to look on my profile and to understand what I'm searching and how good I am. Okay, just joking. Okay, but these are repetitive use cases. Anyone can do it. There is no IP, intellectual property. There's nothing protecting others to copy, to apply the same little storylines, the same use cases on the chain AI. So what is the competitive advantage? And if there is no competitive advantage, the return is a risk-free rate. Like you can invest in the US Treasury bonds, you get a risk-free rate. So you need competitive advantage. And the only way to get competitive advantage is to create your own models.
Yeah, is to build your own model. If you want that your investment will make money, generate a cash flow, it needs a predictive AI model. And why I'm speaking about it? I'm an MBA also. I'm one of the top MBA schools in the world. I'm CFA, and I'm telling it as an analyst where you can make money. You can make money if you know something, but the industry don't know. If you have a model, but the industry don't have. If you have insider knowledge, but the industry don't have. If you take generative AI, it uses public data. It gets results which are everybody gets the same results. You ask it. You have no competitive advantage. You cannot generate a profit. It's waste of time. There is no way to generate profit. It's impossible. You can generate profit if you have model, but others don't have. It's the only way, and this is the key. Maybe Martin, if you summarize, we are now 1 hour to have a company which generates money. You need a predictive AI in blockchain. It is the only way, and this is the message also for all investors. If you want to do pump dump to your generative AI so-called blockchain companies, but if you want a company which generates money, so look for companies who do predictive AI. These are companies who can generate money. Companies who do use generative AI. They can't have competitive advantage. They can't generate positive cash flow. So better invest into US treasuries than into generative AI users companies. Martin,
and with this generative AI, it's the same like in a DeFi. Like in a DeFi, the source code were free. Everyone copied the compound source code. Okay, Aave copied, others copied. Everyone copied Uniswap, but let's be fair, Uniswap copied the bankers. So Uniswap didn't invent their source code. Okay, let's say it in this way. So, of course, Uniswap can now convince me in something different, but well, it will bring the facts. Now, and the result was this: the projects, the DeFi projects, they just copy pasted someone else's source code. They created a little website, and it was a huge shilling campaign. Okay, these were the DeFi projects. TVL up, TVL down, token up, token down. That's it. So now, and in AI, generative AI, the same pattern. The same pattern. So there, in generative AI, there's no competitive advantage. Like you create competitive advantage via your source code, or you create competitive advantage via your proprietary models. But in generative AI, there is none. Like so that means very similar to the DeFi wave that we had. We had a huge DeFi wave up. Now very similar we have in a generative AI. And okay, let's recap as well the statistics or forecast that okay, approximately that from these 120 projects in a CoinGecko AI list, which is sorted by the market cap, then 18 in before us they have real AI, meaning real AI models predicted that they have built. They have taken time. We respect them very much. They have taken time to build their own AI models. Now, but generative AI or creating some little rendering engines or creating AI marketplaces. Okay, you know which one I prefer. What is this relation to the blockchain? No. So, but back to competitive advantage. Yes, it's MBA 101. So basic 1+1 MBA. You have to create competitive advantage. If you don't have competitive advantage, you're not sustainable. Well,
and Martin, this would be maybe a message from this talk that with generative AI usage, you can't generate competitive advantage. If you want to have competitive advantage, you need predictive AI. If you want to do it in blockchain, invest into blockchain companies. Look for companies who use predictive AI, who have running models. And if you have predictive AI models running, you can have competitive advantage. If you have competitive advantage, you can generate profit.
Yes, and what is beauty in a predictive AI models? It takes ages to build them up. All these DeFi companies who copy-pasted Uniswap source code, or who copy-pasted Compound source code, 1 month, 2 months, and if you told them, hey, I need 6 months, they were like, what's wrong with you? We do it in 2 months. They copy-pasted. Now, if you have intellectual property, like in models, if someone wants to copy it, hey, have fun, take your time, put up the infrastructure, solve all the issues, will take ages. So predictive AI creates real competitive advantages. Generative AI, you're just generating cash for someone else.
Yes, generative AI is generating cash for somebody else. Yes, Martin.
Okay, now we are now by 65 minutes. I just realizing on my watch. Okay, let's start to wrap it up now. This is our 6th Twitter space. Okay, we are doing all these Twitter spaces on AI and the Web3 topics. So how to get more growth in the Web3? What is the real AI? What are the AI use cases? What are the business cases? What are competitive advantages and so? And today, then the focus was on the Gen AI versus predictive AI on the blockchain. So, and the next, okay, this is now the number 6 what we had, okay, and the next one we'll have it in 2 weeks. This is the number 7, and we continue in this space that every 2 weeks we will iterate some topics. Okay, we try to keep ourselves in 60 minutes, so we had a little overrun today. Okay, Tarmo, would you like to say something for the closing today?
Take a message. If you want to invest into a company who can generate profit, take in AI and blockchain. Select companies who have their predictive proprietary models. These companies can generate profit. If you take a company which uses generative AI, they can't generate profit. As an investor, just an advice.
Okay, then okay, we have a little overrun today, 67 minutes. Okay, we wanted to reach only 60 minutes. Okay, well, because it's so discussion where we want to say so many things. Okay, now in 2 weeks is the next session. Okay, if you like the session, please share. If you don't like, please join and please come and discuss with us. We are happy to discuss with anyone. Just facts on the table. Let's discuss. We enjoy discussing. Now, and okay, that's it. Then let's close today's session. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for sharing. So, thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.